You explained on the radio the other day that in McAllen, historically, the crime numbers are going down. And yet, under different administrations, and other people crossing the bridges have been crossing the rivers, gone down and then gone down. But the two things don't correlate.
That's correct. And one of the most difficult things to explain and have people understand, and that is when I say that, I mean about people that are outside our part of the world here, is that this is a crossing point. It is not a destination point. It is not a landing point. It is no more than a landing point and going on. We know where people are going. They don't come. They're not crossing 2 or 3 countries to get to McAllen, Texas. They're crossing at McAllen and going to Houston, Dallas, Fort Worth. They're going to Chicago. They're going to Boston. We know where they're going, but they're not staying here. So that traffic is transparent to all the activity that we track with regard to crime in McAllen.
Yeah, so this national narrative that is dangerous place to live down here, your statistics today show that's not the case.
That's correct.
It's not the case, and there really isn't a correlation between how many people cross the river.
Absolutely not. And you know what, there's a reason I said earlier today that we took 20 years to say, okay, let's brag about this stuff for 20 years, because for 20 years we've been seeing this narrative across the country. We've been seeing and hearing about the perceptions about us across the country. There have been people from all over the world in my office that come here and try to come here and figure out, how bad is it and where are these people hanging out and where are the dead bodies and things like that. Well, that's not the case, Quite the contrary was happening here in McAllen. All these years, crime was going down when people thought crime was going through the roof. And the statistics we presented today clearly reflect that. So my answer to the question about the impact of immigration as it relates to McAllen, Texas, and for that matter across the South Texas and the Texas border, from a crime standpoint, it is non-effective. People are crossing these border points, but their destinations are the larger cities in the United States.